Gravity.
Downhill Extreme, Cape Town, South Africa. It's the granddaddy of them all.
South Africa is emerging as a force to be reckoned with in the world of gravity sports.
DHX is really the premier street luge race in the world for a real race. Hairpin turns, 60-mile-an-hour straightaways, drafting, a mile of the draft, reeling the guy in.
DHX is a completely technical course. Very fast, and the corners just keep coming at you. You can never lose concentration for half a second because you keep on having to choose your lines into the next corner. Very difficult racing. It really separates the field. You can see who trains a lot and who doesn't train a lot.
How was the ride?
Insane. Freaky.
Next up on DHX docket, downhill inline, the asphalt equivalent of downhill ski racing.
There's around 150 competitors, all of them adrenaline junkies and all of them going huge and racing hard. And on that course with all those corners, the chance of crashing out and the chance of making a mistake is really big.
Inline is fast out of the gate. They're bound to their equipment, so it's one of the reasons oftentimes in the right course, they're going to have the best times of the day. With inline wheels, they have a very narrow contact patch and a very low frontal profile, which is very, very fast. They get their traction by leaning that blade over and always standing on top of that wheel.
Sono veramente contento, è il secondo anno che vinco e quest'anno non ci speravo perché purtroppo sono rimasti fuori mio fratello e Werner, che sono molto forti, quindi
he's very sorry because his brother and Venno Duner, his best friend, is out. But that's the second year that he wins and he is very happy.
Stand-up skateboarding fulfills the gravitational trifecta at DHX. Whatever the means, the goal is still the same. Be the first to the bottom.
It's insane, like 185 international competitors descend down that hill. Wild pair of hairpin turn 180s, chicanes, a nice curvy run out towards the end, speeds of over 55, 60 miles an hour, an inch above the ground if you're on a street luge or in a tuck on the skateboard. It's by far the biggest, best event in the world.
DHX is in Cape Town. It's a huge event and that's where I live, so it's my local event. It starts at the top of Camps Bay and it's a high-speed course with smooth car going through rad trees and stuff, and then it's got a really fast 180-degree turn and then into another 180-degree turn, which is really nice because it's got two both ways. So whichever is your best way at turning is an advantage to someone else. And then it starts picking up speed again through the trees and it goes really smooth with a bit of tight chicane, and then you hit a high speed of about 80 kilometers an hour into the finish line.
Usually whoever starts this race out in first place isn't going to be the one who ends up in first place. We do a lot of passing and drafting and technical maneuvers, and so when you find yourself in the position of being usually second or third with about a quarter mile to go and the other riders are in reach, it's an incredible feeling because you know that you can get behind them, get the slingshot, get past when you're at the line, and it's only at the point where you're at the line that you can have that kind of confidence that you've won. There's no greater feeling to realize that everyone else is behind you.
There is no man happier on this mountain. I'm 40 years old. I don't have like a future in this thing. The wave of the future right now is Michael Zeetzman, it's Stuart Bradburn, it's Gustav, it's the South African kids that are ripping it up. They invited us to their backyard. We played fair. I came out on top this time, but it was a miracle. Those guys were so good.
Well, congratulations. You can go and celebrate, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to party with Red Bull!
It's a huge international competition. Without a doubt, all the best in the world are there. And yet, it still somehow manages to keep a vibe that it's not a competition to beat the next person. It's just really good racing, hard racing, and huge fun, and there's big camaraderie amongst all the riders.
Well, you practice your riding ability, your left turns, your right turns, your drafting, your equipment, all the best of the best, no drag bearings. You know, you kill yourself on perfecting your equipment when you go to Africa, because it is the race on the planet to be the best overall street leader.